Who taught you how to be a woman? Today, when you think about your average woman out there, we're really just trying to figure it out as we go. It's not as though we have a school on this is how you manage your mind. This is how you manage your emotion. This is what to look for in a person. This is how you observe yourself. This is how you build a routine. This is how you face critics. And so we go into our adult life ready to create the adventure, the dreams, and we have zero skill set training that allows us to be able to rise over situations, circumstances. And so all of a sudden we're left in a situation in our workplace, as mothers, with our significant other, and we realize, wait a minute, I'm not happy. I'm actually quite frustrated with my boss. I don't like my relationship. Motherhood is hard. And all of a sudden, life becomes unbearable and hard. Well, $2.7 billion of anxiety and depression drugs every single year in America. 70% of Americans are stressed. Anxiety and depression is one of the leading causes of suffering for women, postpartum depression, and eating disorder is a massive, massive crisis still, even after years. And so we have to take a look at the fact that there is a massive crisis. And why? Why is it that we have freedom? We could vote, we could choose, we have opportunities in the Western world like no other place in history or time in history, and yet our freedom does not equal being free. Because if you look at the data, you're not free when you're stressed. As a matter of fact, it feels like you live in this amazing, beautiful world and you have options galore, because in the last 50 years, we now have options galore, and our brain cannot almost catch up with the fact that there's 50 different options and not two. And so the fact that we don't know how to make a decision or have not been equipped in our school environment to make firm, concrete, practical decisions, we almost feel crippled. Indecisiveness causes a lot of anxiety. And so the world dramatically shifted. And all of a sudden, we find ourselves in this beautiful world with options, but it feels like we have our hands tied. It really feels like we have these chains and we're looking at this beautiful world of options and we can't go anywhere. That's our common story, ladies. And it's a story that you are suffering for. I have suffered and continue to suffer in different arenas in my life that I don't see why and how I am not ready to face different parts of my career, my motherhood, my relationship. And so I believe that we have so much more in common in our crisis than I believe we even have the language for. So today, the average woman is comparing, competing, judging, because really the truth is that we're suffering inside. Here's a question I have for you. Who has trained you to be the woman that you want to be? Where are you getting training on how to show up, how to manage your thoughts, how to command your emotion, your anxiety, your stress, all of which are necessary for freedom, all of which are necessary for us to create beautiful relationships, beautiful careers, beautiful homes. And yet we feel like a blog here, a training here, maybe a podcast here, and a lot of information, not a lot of training. So if you think about going to the Olympics and you want to be a gold medalist, okay, and you want to go and win that Olympic gold medal in swimming. And so what you do is you read thousands of pages on how to swim. Awesome. But what if you never got into the pool and trained every single day to get in the pool, swim, do the actual work necessary to become the Olympian that you want to be? It doesn't matter if you've read, heard, and inhaled thousands of blogs. If you never get into the arena and start practicing and training, you're still not going to make it to the Olympics. Nobody has ever made it Olympics reading information and consuming information. Training is where we become masters. And so what I see with women today is that the information overload is more overwhelming than it is equipping. That motivation can only take you so much. Empowerment without equipment is unsustainable. We're still stressed. And so the deceptive part about it sounds like we have so much information. And yet it doesn't even matter when we don't have the right tools and skill set that's going to get us from point A to point B. So my question for you is, what's the collateral damage of not having the right skill set training in the Olympics of our life? Because I believe this is the Olympics of our life. Being a woman, having our voice heard, being mothers, being in an intimate relationship, having our careers. This isn't trial, ladies. This is the Olympics of our life. I have trained thousands of women for the last 20 years. And the truth is that we are pummeled, unprepared into a world that has dramatically shifted, where it feels like we're just trying to survive. That your average woman is trying to figure it out as you go, motherhood, career, and all of a sudden we wake up and we realize, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I don't like who I'm becoming. I don't even like my spouse. I'm not happy. I'm stressed. I am not fulfilled. That's our common story. The question we need to ask ourselves is, what are we going to do about it? My name is Donovan, and I am a self-worth strategist. I'm going to show you how you get yourself from point A to point B by crystallizing the problem and the crisis that women have today, and begin the training necessary to get out ourselves of the rut that we've been shoved into and blamed and shamed for the choices we were never taught to make. Ladies, we've had a lot of empowerment and a lot of motivation. It is time to get to work, because you deserve a beautiful life. And we have one shot in this life to create the adventure, the desires, the beautiful life that we want in our relationships, in our careers, in our homes, in our marriages, every arena. And you deserve it. I deserve a beautiful life. We just need to train for it. Sign up for our trainings below, and I am going to walk you through the skills, the mindset, focusing on the whole woman so that we do not rob ourselves of the life that we desperately desire, but more importantly, deserve. You deserve a beautiful life, and every woman deserves a beautiful life. It's time we have a woman's school. My name is Donovan. I am an entrepreneur, a self-worth strategist. I have trained thousands of women in the last 20 years towards true freedom and joy by giving them the tools, the mindset, and the skill set focused on the entire woman, so we don't rob ourselves of parts of us. We go about it whole, and we go about it because we deserve it. And we are going to change the next generation of women because we are going to train ourselves to lead ourselves first. This is going to be an exciting journey, because when you do this and your friends do this and we all train, ladies, life will be beautiful, and we are going to lead the charge towards the next generation of freedom, so that women are not only free externally, they don't only possess the freedom, they're actually free from within. And that's what you deserve.